how do you interact with the low code, no code, and obviously modeling is a form of low code. Are you finding yourself partnering with those guys? What's going on there?
You know, once in a while, I would say that most of our customers tend to be big companies, and they're focused on very high transaction volume processes, right? Because we're looking at high volume decisions. And those tend not to be where they're deploying no code, low code tools. They tend to be using those more in management and interaction tools. And we've done some. And what we find is when you get a decision, when we build these decision models, we don't presuppose automation. So often we end up with sub-decisions that are manual. You know, you need a person to do this. And in those circumstances, well, now you have to start thinking about how do I tie those people into the decision making? So I can ask you to make this judgment, right? So I don't say, oh, I can't automate this policy underwriting, therefore tell me if you would underwrite it. I say, oh, I can't underwrite this policy because I need someone to inspect the premises and see if they're safe. So when you've inspected the premise, tell me if it's safe or not, or how safe it is, and I will then finish the underwriting for you, right? So you're not asking them to do the underwriting, you're asking them to do specific tasks in the underwriting. Well, at that point, then you start getting into business process and workflow and low code environments to sort of try and capture that input data, right? Because you don't want people just seeing the whole policy and saying yes or no at the end. You want to be able to capture their more granular decisions. And so there we have seen, and so in those mixed human automated decisions, there's a role for low code, no code tools to build essentially little UIs to say, there are 3 questions we need you to answer about this policy. So we'll pop it up on your mobile app while you're at the location, answer these 3 questions for us, and then press the big red button and it will call the decision service, come back and say, you can tell this guy that we're going to underwrite him. Because we only needed to know those 3 things, and then we were ready. Everything else was in his application.